really need to chop up. So we're gonna make ourselves some meatballs, okay? And since I have a grinder and stuff, we're gonna kind of play around with one of my favorite recipes that I always use for meatballs, and I haven't done a meatball recipe yet, so this will be in the new pressure cooker book. So there's going to be quite a bit of steps, so if those of you who are used to, having fast videos and blah blah blah, a lot of these, so anyway, you're going to want to cut this whole thing up into little chunk-sized pieces. This one might even be too big. You want to make them as small as possible, and you want to make sure that your meat does not come to room temperature because you will be grinding this. Okay, and yes, this does have some fat in it. Okay, if you're partial to not wanting this in your meals, then I suggest that you buy a meat that does not have any of that in there. And because I already have it here and around, I am going to be using a combination of pork shoulder and beef. And I do have 2 packages of regular ground beef, but I think I'm only going to use 1 package actually. So we're just going to use 2 packages. There'll be a more leaner beef with this, and there will be, of course, the pork pieces, okay? So we need to set that off to the side. You are going to need to get your grinder out for this. Those of you who do not have a grinder, you can do my old school way of doing things before I have a grinder, which would be to go to the store, get ground pork. You might want to see if the butcher can grind some pieces of pork shoulder in there, so then you have a little bit of fat in there. But that's up to you. You don't have to. You can just get ground pork and then ground beef and mix them together, okay? And then you would just skip this whole grinding session, okay? So I'm going to grind all this up. All mixed together. I added in my cloves of garlic already into this, so it's already in here. Okay, I'm going to add my other package of meat that's in here too. Sorry, I can't hold that up for very long. I'm going to mix all my herbs. I put an Italian seasoning in here. My Italian seasoning is all from my garden. It is basil and thyme and oregano and all that stuff. And it's all from my garden. put that in the refrigerator for now because I'm also going to need some Italian sausage to chew on that because might as well already have the grinder out. So let's move this over here. So you guys we're gonna mix this up. Okay, and then it's really a good idea to mix this up thoroughly. You can actually make this go through the grinder again if you like. I'm gonna smell this real fast. I know it sounds funny, but it helps me determine if there's enough stuff in it. So you would make our ground pork and beef mixture. I think there's a couple different companies out there that have the mozzarella cheese that's made out of a nut, but I can't get the recipe right. Again, I've said this in my videos before. I can't get the recipe right for it, so I'm not going to attempt to show you guys how to do that unless I get the recipe right first, okay? That's one of the hardest things that I cannot get correct. And until they have a nut cheese that is actually better and tastes good, I'm not going to give you guys a recipe for it. So, for now, I'm going to still stick to my real stuff that has my cow milk in it. So you guys will just have to deal with it. Unless you guys have a recipe that tastes better. But I can't find one. I've tried so many. To figure out a good mozzarella one, or just leave it out of it. Okay, you don't have to put mozzarella cheese in this. Or you can also probably take some coconut milk and just use coconut milk and stuff like that. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to make these balls, meatballs, kind of pretty round. And you want them to be, they don't have to be perfect, okay? Because none of us are perfect in any way, shape, or form. But if you want to, you can spread it out like this in half, okay? And make a little divot with your finger. Okay, and then that's where the cheese is going to sit. This cheese is gluten-free, okay, because it doesn't have any starch in it. If you get any shredded cheese at the store, any of that stuff is going to have potato cornstarch or some sort of starch in it to make it shred easily. And these come in like little pieces. And I don't care if there was meat already on here just a minute ago, because it's all going to be stuck in here anyway. So we're going to get our cutter or knife, whatever it's called. And you might not even need the other piece of cheese. I have 2 of them. I might just stick that one back in the refrigerator and freezer. This has all been in the freezer. And you just make little pieces like about this size, okay? And you stick them in the middle of the whatever this thing is called, meatball. Jeez. Like I said, too much meditation this week, or this weekend. Okay? I'm trying to hurry up and get this done so I can go stick these in the freezer. So, and then you have a bunch of like little pieces, okay, cut into little squares and stuff like that of that. I'm going to keep these off to the side. Whatever I don't use, you know, you can always top your meatball with, okay? And I mean, you can make huge, gigantic ones, or you can make little bite-sized ones, okay? Whatever you guys are interested in. And this is more of a bite-sized one, and these pieces are more of a bite-sized.